So picking darts, I have to say there are a million darts out there. You can buy barrels that are really long, really short, all sorts of funny shapes and weights and sizes and different points and everything now. So if you're taking up darts, how do you even know where to start? Well, there's only one way really to find out, and that is to have a throw with them. Have a little practice, but obviously you don't want to take too much of a risk. But I have over the years. I've wasted a load of money buying all sorts of barrels over the years. And today I want to have a go with 5 different sets that I've got. They're all different in the way they look and their weights and just, I said, the way they've got grip on them. And yeah, just see how it goes today. So we're going to have a bit of fun today. I'm going to show you the darts I'm currently using for my practice. And then I'm going to have a go with these other ones. I'll do one leg at 501 with all of them and just see my overall thoughts on them. The flights and the stems will stay the same. It's only the dart barrel that is going to change. So let's show you the first barrel I'm going to use today. So just to show you all again what darts I'm currently using, I called these grippers the other day. I realised they're not unicorn grippers. I think they were called unicorn T90s. Essentially, they're a long sort of tapered dart. So as you can see, it gets a lot more tapered as you go further down. And I grip the dart like that. So I hold it like a pencil essentially. And my middle finger is essentially just resting under the point, and then I just pinch it with my thumb and my index finger. So they are the darts I'm using. I do like that kind of tapered front, I have to say. But for now, we're going to use these ones here. So this is like a bamboo sort of grip. These are Mervyn King darts. If anyone knows Mervyn King, he used these for years. Fantastic darts player. I think he's been in the top 10. Should have won major titles, but he didn't really go on and do that in the PDC. But yeah, these are the darts. So as you can see, they're like bamboo. They kind of all taper, or they kind of indent inwards. Now I'm going to have to grip it in that very first groove here. That first indentation is where I'm going to grip the dart. I've had some success with these in the past. They're 24 grams. And yeah, I didn't mind them. They don't have any grip on them really, apart from a little bit at the back. So yeah, it doesn't particularly affect me that. So yeah, let's give it a try. I haven't played with these for a good few years, but see how many darts a leg of 501 takes. Probably a long time. Doesn't really matter what the darts are. I haven't had any practice darts yet, so I do give a bit of leeway to these darts. Ignore the fact, if you see my feet, I've got a ton of tape on it in the minute. That's all from the running and trying to stop it from rubbing in my shoes. So, right, game on. I pulled the sleeve down like Co Stompy. Not a good start. 48. I've thrown 18 darts. I've got 72 left. These have felt pretty comfortable. I have to say, I quite like the weight of these. So treble 16, double 12. 7, 65. Oh, I went ball. Tops left. So that's 21 darts. Oh. Oh. Oh, no. Finish is going to let me down. There we go. 25 darts. Right in the middle of double 10 as well. Not bad. I'm quite happy with that. Right, on to the next set. Okay, so the next darts I'm about to show you are not assigned to any player. So a player who used to use a similar type dart to this, I think he still kind of does, is Nathan Aspinall. It's kind of like I think they call him a torpedo barrel. But essentially, you probably can't really tell too much. But you can see it's much thinner at the back, and it gets quite fat at the front. I quite like that, and I like the grip. I like this kind of, I don't really know what this grip's called, but it's quite aggressive, and it feels like it sits to my thumb really well. So I think I can beat 25 darts with these ones. So yeah, let's see how we go. Right, so I'm going to leave you facing the board this time. Now these are a much shorter barrel, and they're 23 grams, so the weight's quite similar to the Mervyn King ones. Because they're shorter, I think my darts are going to stand up even more than they did. Right, game on. Wow, they feel a lot different. And the camera probably won't do it justice. I've only scored 30 there, but they are definitely standing up a lot more because of the shorter barrel and the big flights. So This might be a long leg now. I was feeling confident a minute ago. I'm not going to lie. This has been a disastrous leg. 24 darts. I won 97. And to be honest, it was a 1-2-5 that's kind of kept me in this. Ooh. Right, so 7, 2 sevens and a 25, 39, 90, 65, 58 left. Oh, a bit treble 18, double 2. Yes. Finishing's not bad. There we go, treble 18, double 2. So how many darts was that? 30. Long way off professional level. I must admit, I need to basically cut that in half. But anyway, on to the next darts. Now, these darts are quite boring as they go. They're quite standard. And these were my very, very first set of darts. So these must be about 20 years old. And it's the Phil Taylor. I think they're the Phase 2s, these ones. They're essentially just like a pencil. That's what I consider them. Very aggressive grip on this. A very iconic grip. These are unicorn darts. 22 grams. The points have absolutely had it. But yeah, there's no grooves or anything in this that makes it uncomfortable. And because it's kind of a pencil shape, it suits me. But this is quite a long dart. If we look at the one I used a minute ago, torpedo one, look at the difference in length. And there's no two ways about it. That is very significant. So let's see how we get on with these. Still 25 darts to beat from the Mervyn King ones. These are going to be more like javelins now. They're very long. But with that in mind, I'm expecting them to kind of not land upwards like that, but flat like that, and maybe even a little bit like that. So let's see. Right, 501. Oh wow, they're not doing that. Well, 62 scored. They've gone in all sorts of angles. I don't even know what I'm throwing anymore. Right. Come on, let's beat Mervyn King's 25 darts. I was finishing well up till now. Double 7. I think I might need to cut this footage. It's going to be a long one. I'm 39 darts now, and if I was not doing this as a video, I would have given up this leg ages ago, because there's no way. Oh, no. Oh, bust it. There's no way I'd be in any sort of leg still. It would be game over. It'd be a waste of time. I'm still on double 2. Oh, no. What's that? 45 darts. Right, if I get to 51, we're stopping. And these are going away. Said they're so old, these darts. Right, I've got 3 more darts to get it. And I was better with them 20 years ago. Wow. Last chance. No. Right. Didn't get it. Bust again. They're going away. Time to get on with the next ones. Okay, so this again is another professional player or an ex-professional player set of darts. There's nothing particularly special about these. So first of all, as you can see, it's just a long barrel, a little bit like the ones I was using a minute ago, to be honest with you. There's a bit of grip here in the middle, and then there's no real grip here. A little bit of grip at the front and back. Now, the only real difference, you may have noticed, is the colour. They're black. And there was this period, and you don't see it so much now, I have to say. On telly, sometimes, where you get a glare, now they don't have these sort of light that are attached to the board, these sort of light systems. They have proper like stage lights, and sometimes you get a bit of glare, sort of reflection from the silver and gold barrels. So they thought the black might help that. And I have to say, I do kind of get what the idea, but I've never noticed a huge difference. But yeah, these are Paul Nicholson darts, 24 grams. So again, similar weight to what I'm used to. I think they're going to go in a little bit like the last ones, and let's be honest, if it goes like the last leg, they'll be going straight back away as well. So 25 darts to beat. I still didn't finish in 51 in the last leg. I'm blaming the shirt. I don't like long sleeve. Anyway, let's see how these go. Now, I did play in a pub game a couple of years ago with these, and I averaged about 85. Oh, first dart in. Oh. So you wouldn't have been able to see that, but 125. Get in there. Come on, good start to the leg. 376. I am down to 126 after 12 darts. So nearly 100 average in this leg. If I take this out, it will be. Oh no, it's gone. 33, so 93 left. It's bizarre, these are just slightly fatter and 2 grams heavier, and they feel so much better than the Taylor ones. Treble 19. Oh no. Got the treble 19, wired the double 18. I've gone inside on the 9. Could have been 18 darts. Right, let's try and take this out. There we go. I quite like them. That was 25 darts again as well. It should have been so much better than that. But they have felt really good, so you never know. Maybe I'll go back to these again. But yeah, the Paul Nicholson black darts, I'm a fan. Right, now these last ones though, these are really weird. I have to explain these in a bit more detail. Okay, so I've already mentioned that there's different weights and different distribution of weights in barrels, and I've been throwing with 22 grams, 24 grams, I've got some 26 grams, I've got some 14 grams somewhere as well. These ones though, these darts I bought a few years ago from Unicorn, you can change the weight within the dart. Yes, you can. These are the little weights here. So you get like, there's some metal ones. These are kind of plastic ones, these white ones here. And there are some metal weights on top as well that you can get, and I'll show you the dart because there's one big problem with these. I don't know what they're called, by the way. I don't even know if they still do them. I don't think they've really caught on, but essentially this is the dart here. It is super long. It is the longest dart I've got. So the Paul Nicholson ones are pretty long, and that is just even longer. I know that's probably not hard to, it's very blurry. I do know that. I can't seem to adjust the focus, but yeah, this is really long. Anyway, the points unscrew, and that is where you then put the weight in. So basically I've got a little weight here. You then put it into the barrel, and then you twist the point like so, and now I've got an extra weight in my dart. So I've put in a few weights, and we'll see how these end up. So what I'm going to do, just to keep it consistent, that's all three, I'm going to put one metal one in each and 2 plastic weights in each as well. So essentially 1 metal, 2 plastic, 3 weights in it. Let's see how we get on. I'm going to say this now while I'm putting these weights in because it takes a bit of time. Do I recommend these in terms of to maybe get you to play at a certain standard? No, I don't. I don't think this has caught on for one reason. It's gimmicky, and it just doesn't feel right. It's like a javelin as well. And I think, to be honest with you, I don't like the idea of unscrewing points and everything. I feel like a dart should just be uniform. You can always get a different set if you need to. Test some different weights out. But the last thing I want to be doing is taking all these apart, because that's when I overthink it. And I know with me, when I tried these initially, it made me overthink it. I was like, oh, well, you know, maybe it's the weight. Maybe I need to make it more heavier at the front and lighter at the back. You don't want to do that with darts. Ultimately, if you're playing well and you feel confident, you can throw with anything. But yeah, I think this might be another 51 dart leg. Only one way to find out. See how these javelins go. Be lucky to hit 1 treble 20. The weights are moving in them, by the way, which is really annoying. Because it feels like something's loose, but it's not. I'll tell you what. I've seen worse. 45. But yeah, there's a real rattling. The dart, I don't know if I can show you. That would get on my nerves. Maybe I need an extra weight in there. Anyway, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've gone inside. Oh, double two left. Lost count now of how many darts I've been, but I know it's into the 40s. Come on. Oh no. Good grouping, but I've gone inside. Right, 3 more darts, double one, and see if I can get it. Oh, last dart. No. I have to say that I've got better with them. They didn't feel too uncomfortable, these, but that weight system's really, really weird. And even when you're throwing halfway through a leg, some of them are going in differently. Even though the weight distribution's meant to be the same, where they're moving, I don't think it works. But yeah, they are very interesting. I'm glad I bought them. I think they're about £40 all that time ago. So darts is getting more expensive anyway. But let's give my overall thoughts and let's see which ones perform the best. Okay, so the darts that felt most comfortable and the best were the two that I did the quickest legs in, as you'd expect, to be honest with you. That was the Mervyn King darts, so the bamboo-shaped darts, and the Black Paul Nicholson darts as well. So kind of, again, I think they just suit the way I hold it. For some people, though, these wouldn't work at all. And you're never going to get a real idea from throwing one leg. What I would say is, it's ultimately what matters most. If you're ever considering starting darts, buying darts, just find something that's comfortable. If it doesn't feel, or if you're not that accurate with it, that's not important, because it needs to feel comfortable in your hand. You can fluke a really good leg throwing something that doesn't feel right. And alternatively, you can throw a really, really bad leg with something that feels comfortable. And I think if it feels comfortable, ultimately in the long run, that's going to be the best thing. And I do like these as well, but I'm going to stick with the tapered ones for a little bit longer, because I still think I like that feeling of almost that taper at the front, that pencil sort of grip I get with it. So yeah, I'm going to stick with them. I'm certainly not going for those long weight adjustable darts. And I'm going to keep my sort of first darts I ever bought safely away, because they didn't work either. But let's be honest, darts is all up there. If you're playing well, to be honest with you, you can kind of throw anything most of the time, and anyone who does play will know that as well. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one today. It's good to get some of those old barrels out as well. I've got a few more as well, which hopefully I'll show you over the next few weeks. But yeah, fragrance videos coming up over the next few days as well. But hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you later.